What's going on, everybody? My name is Indy, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about LDPlayer. And if you guys been watching me, you guys know that I've been using LDPlayer to shoot and record and play the game. So every time you see me streaming this game, I'm doing it on LDPlayer. Now, before I go any further, I do want to mention that LDPlayer has reached out to me and wanted to do a collaboration with me. Now, most of the times when I get contacted through email about business collaborations, I normally don't accept because I don't use the product or I don't feel comfortable promoting something I don't really believe in or use. But in this case, it's different. I have been using LDPlayer for the majority of me playing this game. Now, when I started playing this game, I did start on BlueStacks. The thing is with BlueStacks though, it kept making these horrible noises, like the sound would start getting crazy. Not only that, but I could never get 60 frames per second. I was always like around 30. It was just very laggy, very glitchy, wasn't smooth. And while this was going, I've always kept getting comments about switch to LDPlayer. Like, oh, you're playing on BlueStacks, I play on LDPlayer, game changer. So when I finally switched to LDPlayer, it was the best choice I made when choosing a emulator. Now, the first thing I noticed when I started playing on LDPlayer was I started getting way more than 30 frames per second. Now, for example, we're gonna back up here by pressing F5, I'm able to zoom out. And if I press F4, I can zoom in all the way in like that. That's pretty cool. If you're on phone, you just squeeze your little fingers. One thing I like about this is that if you go up here at the top right of the screen into the menu, you click on this, and down here you can see display frame rate. So if I put that, you can see when me just standing around, I am getting 55 to 60 frames. Now, in the other emulators, I was not getting anywhere close this number. So for me, and I'm running on a laptop that the screen really doesn't work. This laptop is just one of those about $700 laptops from Best Buy. It's a Nitro 5. The fact that this can run this at 60 and I'm able to stream on this and you guys are able to have a good experience watching it is already off to a good start for me. So after figuring out that this game ran so much smoother and just looked way better in general, there was another thing that this emulator had to check off, and that was the horrible noise that BlueStacks would make if you are farming for a certain amount of hours. The music would just go and it was just the most annoying thing. I had to restart it, and it would happen during live streams, so I would have to restart the emulator on live streams. With LDPlayer, I do not have to worry about that at all. Not once has that happened to me where the audio has gone berserk. Now, the other thing that I really enjoyed about LDPlayer is the simplicity of all the extra features that it has. For example, if I want to connect a controller to this, I can, and I just go up here and just click on the controller. And then right now I don't have it connected, but if you do, you just got to click on that. Also, if you look towards the right, you see like a little picture of a keyboard. That is the keyboard mapping. But once you click that, this is going to show up, and then that's when you kind of start moving things around to what fits you the best. So for me, I like to have the shift be my dodge, because that is a game changer for me to be able to quickly have it set up on my mouse. So with the click of a button, I can instantly dash out of harm's way. And if I want to change, I just click it, choose the button that I want to bind to it, and then that is it. Now, if you can even add more simply by just clicking and pressing on a button on the keyboard or on the mouse. And every time you click that button, it's going to press that part of the screen. So this has been very helpful when it comes to online PvP matches, me being able to just go in there and quickly just press the dash button. Because sometimes you try to push the dash button and you are not hitting it because you're on a controller, depending if you're somebody that has big hands or small hands. And as we all know, not using your dash wisely could be the make or break to a match. That could be the final straw, and you're going to be dead. Now, down here on the right, normally it's going to have it to where you can already see it. You just want to click that, and then it will just hide all this stuff. And then you just want to make sure you click save. Now, the other thing that I really enjoyed is that by using an emulator, you're able to actually be very productive and multitask, because you are doing your dailies, right? While you're doing the dailies or while you're waiting to join a match, you are able to just click this button. It's called the mini mode. You click that, it's going to bring the window of the LD player all the way down, and it's going to put it in the bottom right corner, and you're able just to resume with your daily tasks, do something, check something real quick while this is going on, and then you can see it right here when you're joining the match. Or if you're just AFK, and you can see it if you're in training grounds, you can see it and do whatever and have this small but big enough for you to know if your character gets stuck or if he dies, you're able to still see it. So this right here is very, very useful. Like, the other thing I really liked about this is that if I press on the right button on my mouse pad, it's going to hide my mouse, and if I just move my mouse around, it's going to move my whole character around. This made flying so much fun in the emulator, the LD emulator, and this is one of my favorite features. Like, all I'm doing right now is just moving my mouse. But what I have to say is probably the best thing, and the main reason why I always recommend LDPlayer for the emulator to choose, is because it hasn't failed on me since I downloaded this. Not only that, but when I go and I hang out with my family, or when I go out and do errands, or I'm not in the house, or when I'm just not in the room, I can just leave this on AFK and I can just farm this, and I don't have to worry about doing it on my phone. Because when I did it on my phone, sometimes I won't, well, first of all, I'm not able to use my phone, because if I start using another app on my phone, even if I use the sleep mode, it's going to, when I go back into and see what my progress is, the game's already closed. And this whole time I thought that I was AFK farming. I wasn't. So as you can see, with all the stuff that I've already talked about, there's so many possibilities, so many things you can kind of switch this to really benefit you the way you want to. If you want to connect certain buttons to where you click it once and then it starts doing it for you, you can do that. You can have your dash button, like I said earlier in the video, connected to a special button on your mouse, so you can quickly just push it and you're able to do a lot more. But the most important thing is that you're taking a lot of stress out of your phone. So when I'm playing on my phone gets hot. Like, this phone gets like, just, I feel bad for it, because it's just like I'm trying to play it and I want to play it on full graphics, but if I play it on full graphics, it's going to get my phone super hot and it's going to just kill my battery. And here I am playing on max graphics. As you can see, I have it, my settings are all on graphic quality max, frame rate max, effect display all, and then the heat control, I have it disabled. We can even put it right there. Now, even if my details saying the texture quality, effect quality, all this all maxed out, and it's running like a champ. So for the people that have been wondering, this is the emulator that I use. This is why I accepted the collaboration with LDPlayer, because this is a product that I use a lot and it's a game changer. I definitely recommend it. If you have not been using LDPlayer, or if you're in the market for looking for an LDPlayer, I definitely suggest LDPlayer as the emulator to go for. Trust me, this is going to be a game changer, because now you're going to be able to AFK farm and just take your phone with you, leave this running, and go and enjoy time with your family, and go watch a movie, go to your friends, go to work. Right before you go to work, just set it up, AFK, make sure you have enough med kits, go to work, and then come back, and you're just gonna make sure that you have enough space in your inventory and you're good to go. For me, I always did it when I would go to sleep. I would leave this on, AFK farming all night, and that's how I would farm for gold. I never AFK farmed on my phone, not once. Once I did it with the emulator, I never thought about doing it on my phone. So if you're free to play, this emulator is a must have, because you're gonna definitely want to AFK farm for convergium and gold. This emulator is free to download, and I'll have a link down below. Now, before I end this video, there is something I want you guys to know. I will never promote anything that I do not back up 100%. If you've been watching my streams, you know that I've been using LDPlayer. I've never made a video like this. So when the opportunity came, I was like, oh, I'm definitely down to do and collaborate with LDPlayer, because that is actually something I use a lot. So with that being said, so if you guys are looking for an emulator, I definitely recommend LDPlayer. Now, if you use LDPlayer, let me know your thoughts down below, or if you go ahead and decide to click on the link, download it, give it a try. I would love to know your thoughts and how has it changed since playing on mobile. Because trust me, if you've only been playing on mobile and you never tried emulator, definitely try emulators and then download LDPlayer, and trust me, you're not gonna want to play on your phone again. Thank you guys so much for your time. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you guys next time.